Information security is such a hot topic right now because of all the privacy violations, identity theft, and internet fraud that has been profusely growing over the past few years. College databases hold our most sensitive information, like social security numbers, parents' name, addresses, and phone numbers. Luckily, Miami-Dade College has created a department dedicated solely to information technology and keeping students and employees' sensitive information safe. The department has also launched the Information Security Awareness Campaign to raise the attentiveness of information security. Miami-Dade College's Information Security Analyst, William Gervais, tells what his team seeks to accomplish at our college.
My primary focus is to raise the level of awareness that people have about sensitive information, confidential information, and the need to protect that information college-wide. We get into our job routines, and I don't like to use the word rut. We get into somewhat of a rut day in and day out, and we have a tendency to disregard some of the things that can be very important, like protecting information. So I try to raise the level of awareness of people, get them to listen, and get them to sit back and ponder and reflect and say, you know, I never thought about that, or maybe I thought about that, but I need to rethink it and visit it again, like password protection and like keeping their desk cleared of confidential information in paper form, like locking their computer up when they leave the area so that people can't sit down and get into their computer.
Gervais says that there are a lot of things we can do in order to keep our information safe. The first step is to avoid using weak passwords.
A simple password, and a password that is recommended that you don't use these days, would be a name or a date or something like that. You don't really want to choose any password that, for example, your dog's name or a spouse's name or a child's name, because the problem with that is that there's brute force software out there hackers use called brute force software, and when they run that software against your machine, basically it's a database with all the words in the English language, including proper names, and so they run this hacking software against your username, and eventually they stumble across that name, whether it's your dog's name or spouse's name or a child's name. So even though dictionaries are large and there's a lot of words in them, today's computers are powerful and fast and strong, and they could find a name in short order. And so then once they find the name, then your system is vulnerable to be broken into.
Having a strong password won't guarantee that someone will not gain access to your account. Therefore, the information technology team at Miami-Dade College urges all computer users to take an extra step and change passwords frequently. Have you changed your password within the past 2 months? Probably not, which is why the college is now requiring students and employees to follow certain procedures they say will help safeguard our sensitive information.
You know, the institution holds very sensitive information about everybody, whether that's faculty, staff, and students especially, most of which, all of it, is protected by some law somewhere. And the areas that are not directly protected by legislation, there are things that we should do to protect everybody's information.
There's been a mandate that we change our password every 60 days, and there's been a mandate that we use stronger passwords, a mandate to use special characters, uppercase letters, numbers, and mix those in with our password to make them stronger. So, very surprised over the last 6 to 12 months of hearing people say those things, and so I think that we've placed a good procedure in place to ensure that people are now in fact changing their passwords and making them strong like they need to be.
We tend to have a false sense of security when working on computers, mainly because our level of awareness lessens. We also get into the habit of walking away from our desk while our computers and laptops are still logged on. These simple mistakes are exactly what the campaign plans to stop. The I-Team is continuing to hold conferences to get the word out and help us get into the habit of keeping our sensitive information secured.
This is a proactive, absolutely. It's proactive. We've been very lucky at the college, and we've been very good about it. We've been very good operationally to make sure that people can't get in. For instance, 3 years ago we had our self-security audit. We paid for someone to come in and analyze us, and they play this game called Hide the Flag. It's very similar to what you would think. They put a file somewhere on our internal system, and we do, and then they try to find it. And we were the first institution that they weren't able to find it. So that was really good. That told us that we're doing a really good job.
The team has held conferences on keeping information on our computers safe, and now they plan to find ways to keep the information on our phones secured. Carl gives us the details.
You know, the biggest problem for us is mobile devices right now. So these phones that everyone's carrying around, right, they're smartphones. They're really mini computers or laptops. And so really what we're going to try to focus in on are those mobile devices. And for instance, all of our laptops that we're buying for administrative and faculty come with information security software on it that will prevent the theft, or if a theft occurs, we can remotely clean off the device, activate the computer security module, which will then tell us where the computer is. So really it renders it useless to anyone who would try to steal it. So really that's kind of the next step, right, where we've, typically we've secured our infrastructure, our physical buildings, but now it's beyond that. People will take mobile devices everywhere they go. And so that's really where we're going to focus.
So the next time you're surfing the web, remember to be aware of fake websites, change your strong passwords frequently, and be skeptical when asked to give your personal information. For Miami Dade College InFocus, I'm Walsa St. Clair.